Good morning, students. Welcome to the ICT class. Today, in this interesting lesson, which is based on practical activity, we're going to learn how to prepare an article or a write-up for newspapers and magazines and how to format it professionally. For this activity, I am using a Word file which is located on the right side of my screen, and this is the text which I am going to convert into the form of an article. I am going to format this text and I am going to apply some Microsoft Word settings and tools to prepare it for publishing in the magazine or a newspaper. On the left side of the screen, children, we have the sample output. This is the sample output. So I'm going to convert my right side hand document into a left side hand format with the help of Microsoft tools. Today's learning is based on following topics. The first one is working on two columns. It means how to convert your long paragraph text into two column format, how to divide it, the whole page or whole particular section in two column format. So let's begin this practical. So look at the right side of your screen, which is having the practice worksheet which we going to use in this lesson. So I have a write-up written about the minions, right? So my first objective is I need to convert my page layout as landscape. So I'm going to the page layout option. Here I will choose orientation and I have converted my page into landscape form. After converting your page into landscape form, now I need to deal with the top heading which I have selected in the screen, because in the output screen it's supposed to be very bigger. So I'm just increasing its font size, right? And you know the shortcut key is control plus brackets, right? Control plus brackets. So this is a shortcut key which you can use. If you are not comfortable with the shortcut key, you can also use the font option which is available here. So you can set the font as you want to set. Okay, so I have used this. Now as per the left side of the screen, the sample we have to highlight these two lines on the top. So I'm just going to put them little bigger, and also I'm going to set their font as unbold. So I have unbolded it. I repeat the steps. To unbold anything, select the text, go to home tab and click on B. So this will help you to unbold your text. After doing this much, now my next job is to divide the text into two column form. Look at the left side of the screen. It means that your data should be divided into two column form. First column and this is second column, right? So how to do? Very simple. Select the text you want to divide into two columns. So the first step is select the text. After selecting this text, go to page layout. Under page layout, you need to choose columns option. Under columns, you need to choose two columns, because in this sample file we have to divide our text into two columns. You can use other option also. In most of the newspapers, if you have gone through like your Times of India, Student Times, there are articles which are divided into multiple column text. So I am using here two columns which I have used, and you can see that our information is divided into two columns, the first column and the second column, right? Now after this we going to use one more effect, that is called paragraph alignment. Children, you look here. I just highlight you. Look at the screen. The text is in the zigzag form, means it's not properly aligned. Means some text is going more beyond towards to the right side. Some text is going not touching to the boundary of the right side of column. So this is not aligned properly. Most of the news articles and magazine articles are justified. So what to do for it? The step 2 is to apply the paragraph alignment. So select your text. After selecting your text, go to Home button and under the Home tab, choose Justify option under the paragraph. I again repeat, select your text, go to Home, and under the paragraph you will find a Justify option. So I just click on Justify. Now see the changes in my text. My text is balanced now as compared to the previous view, right? Now the third thing to do is, you look at the output screen in the left side where my mouse cursor is right now. This I is very bad. This I is not only it's not only the thing that it's covering total 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 lines. So let's count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 lines, right? So this I is covering total 7 lines. So how to do this? This effect is called drop cap because the I is extended for 6 lines. So I select the I. You can look at the screen. I have selected only I, right? You can look at the screen. If you don't have any focus, I can zoom for you. See, I have selected this I. After selecting it, I will go to Insert option. Under the Insert option, we have an option called Drop Cap. And under the Drop Cap, we have option called Drop Cap option. I again repeat the steps. Select the alphabet that you want to extend in the lines, which is known as drop cap effect. Second thing is, now go to Insert tab, click on Drop Cap option and choose Drop Cap options under it. Here we can specify how many lines we want. So first choose the dropped option, the middle one. Yes. Now choose the number of lines. So as we have counted, we have to specify total 7 lines. So 7 lines. So this text will be dropped 7 lines. Let's look it. Let's click on OK and let's look at it. Yes, it's done. So you can see the I is extended for the 7 lines. Now I tell you children, it's not appears just like the left side text because we have to give gaps among the paragraph. So the drop cap effect is very easy and very attractive effect. It is mostly used in magazines and newspaper articles. So the first letter is going to be extended for the lines, and this can be done with the help of drop cap option. Now we are going to learn how to give the gaps among the paragraph lines. To provide the gaps among the paragraph lines, select the paragraph, and after selecting your paragraph, please leave the drop cap letter. Don't include drop cap letter. Select the paragraph, then go to Home tab. Under Home tab, you have this arrow just next to the paragraph word. This is called tab expansion. So over this paragraph tab expansion, you need to set line spacing as 1.5. Okay children, and set before spacing of text as 0 and also the after spacing of text also as 0 point. So what the line spacing I have applied? 1.5, right? And click OK. Now you can see what's happening here. So basically your text was drop capped, and also this is extended towards to 7 lines. Okay children, so in this small lesson I have told you that how to use drop caps, how to divide your text into 2 columns. Clear? And very important thing, I taught you how to provide gaps among the paragraph lines. Now the last thing to learn for this practical is I'm going to fill a color inside the page. So we have already done how to fill the page color in previous lessons, but I again repeat, go to page layout, choose page color option. There is an option called fill effect, because in this sample we have to apply gradient colors to it. Okay, so let's click on gradient fill effect, and under the fill effect option you can choose 2 colors. So I'm using here 2 colors. The first one is orange, and the second one which I'm using is bluish. So this is a way. So this is the what exactly I have choose. I have choose my applicable color and I have filled the gradient. Okay children. So in this way you can fill a gradient color inside a page document in a Microsoft Word. Now the last thing to do is I have selected my eye. I change it as yellow or whatever the color you want. Now what I want only this text area should remain white. So I selected this whole text and I put the background color as white. Now what is the issue is, we have taken this text as in a different text box. So the very simple thing is, we can insert through shapes. Click on insert, shapes, draw a rectangle, fill the rectangle as white. I don't need to remind you the steps to insert the shapes because we have already done in previous lessons a lot. Now this shape is hiding the text, so I will apply wrap text property. In the wrap text property I will choose behind the text. So this is here. So children, like almost the work is done. The last thing is grouping the shapes. Okay, so to group the shapes is means to like creating a wider shape by using multiple small shapes. So for example, I have created 3 circles here. The first circle, then I copy the circle, second circle, I again copy the circle, third circle, just for your reference. And I'm going to change the color inside it. Any color which you want you can apply, which you feel better. You can write something inside it. You know how to write. Right click on the shape and choose add text. This we have done in previous lessons. Again it is recalled for you that I am trying to write DPS, so right click on the circle is P and this is again S. So what I did here, I'm trying to increase the font size as 18, then again I'm trying to increase the font size of P, this is 18, and then again I'm trying to increase the font size as 18. This is done B. Now what I'm going to do is the last step, grouping the objects. So the last step is to group the objects. You click on one shape. Now keep pressing shift key. This is very important to keep pressing shift key. Don't release it till you do not select all the shapes together. So now I'm clicking on second shape. So second shape is also selected along with first shape. Now I am clicking on third shape. So all these three shapes are selected together. Now I am going to click on format option, format, and there is an option called group. Which option? Group. So I have clicked group. So see, now my these designs become a single shape. All three are moving together. They have become a group. So this is a group shape. So I want to create multiple copy of this group. So I can create Control C, Control V, as you know, and this is that. So this is the lesson for today. I'm sure all of you have learned it. I again give you a quick recall. First step is working with two columns. So to select work with the two column, select your text, go to page layout, and you have to choose column step, and under the columns you need to choose two options. Second thing, you need to justify the paragraph, select the text, go to home, paragraph, alignment, choose as justify. Third thing, drop cap, select any letter and go to insert menu, choose drop cap option. Under the drop cap option, choose the middle option, type how many lines you want, click OK, and your text become drop cap. Yes. And next thing, how to provide line gaps. Select the text you want to provide the gap, go to home tab, there are paragraph settings. Under this you can choose the number of line gaps you want to provide, and in this way you can provide the gaps right among the lines. So we have learned this lesson successfully. I'm sure you can observe this video again and again and can learn all these key points of the learning for the day. Thank you. I request you to design the same document. I have attached the sample file in your Google Classroom work. You can use it to design the same kind of sample and try to submit your work over the Google Classroom only. Thank you.